Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Diana and I am a tarot reader and transformational life coach. And today's video is all about imagining your best life and dreaming big. So this is going to be an inspirational video and I will try to give you an image of your dream life, of your highest potential, in hopes that it will inspire you to take some action towards that ideal life of yours, or maybe think about that a little bit more and maybe try to see how can you adjust your current life, your current situation to that what you truly desire in your heart. And I also truly hope that it will help you and inspire you to become more courageous when it comes to following your dreams, so that you don't give up and keep doing what you love doing and what you know will bring you that dream life that you are thinking about and that you really have in your heart. Okay, so that is my intention for this video and I truly hope that you will enjoy it. And today you have a choice between 5 piles of cards, and I have also selected random quotes about happiness that go with each pile to help you select your reading, okay? So the first quote for the first pile is by Mahatma Gandhi, and it is, "Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony." So this is a quote for pile number 1. A beautiful quote about personal integrity. Then moving on to pile number 2. "Let us be grateful to the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom." So this is a quote by Marcel Proust. So pick pile number 2 if this quote speaks to you. Then pile number 3. "When you are joyful, when you say yes to life and have fun and project positivity all around you, you become a sun in the center of every constellation and people want to be near you." Shannon L. Elder. So this is a quote for the third pile. Then we have pile number 4, and here we have a quote by Dale Carnegie. "It isn't what you have or who you are or what you are doing that makes you happy or unhappy. It is what you think about it." So, and finally we have the pile number 5, and the last quote is, "Always be like a water. Float in the times of pain or dance like waves along the wind which touches its surface." It's a very wonderful quote by Santosh Kalwar. So pick the pile number 5 if you like this quote. Or you can also pick according to the number of the pile, so it is up to you. Just take your time and see what speaks to you the most, what resonates with you, and what message do you want to receive and need to receive, okay? So take your time, pick your pile, and then go ahead and take a look at the description box for timestamps to get straight to your reading. And I'll see you there. Welcome back, group number 1. So this is your message if you liked Mahatma Gandhi's quote or if you picked the first pile for any reason. So let us have a look at your cards. So you have 3 of Fire. Then you have the 10 of Earth. It's the 10 of Pentacles. You also have projections. Here and Now. And memories. Cherish memories of loved ones. Okay, so your best life, your ideal life. I think that for you, group number 1, the most important thing when it comes to your ideal life, your ideal version, is to be able to live and create in the present moment. Here we have the oracle card which says here and now. And we can see that this is past, this is future, and this is the present moment. So the creation and the true living takes place in the present. It's not about your past, not about those things that happened to you or that didn't happen to you, your past regrets or things like that, or even the good things that you keep thinking about and you revisit them quite often, but they are still your past. It is not about them. It is also not about your future. Even though you might have those beautiful future visions and dreams and goals that you want to achieve, your life that you want to create, your true life and the ability for your true personality to really shine and come out is in the here and now. And that is something that your ideal life demands, that you are able to accomplish and that you are really able to stay present with yourself, with every moment of the day of your ideal life. And it is important how you integrate those past events, what you take with you, because it is not about abandoning your past. It is about taking those beautiful moments, those maybe grains of wisdom, your experience in a crystallized form, to take it with you, because it will help you in the present and it will help you create a more abundant existence for yourself. And I think that is exactly why you have this memories card. Cherish memories of loved ones. Because you do have some beautiful moments to take with you, to carry along the way wherever you go. And it is important that you truly cherish those moments of the past, those beautiful moments, because they help you create this sense of prosperity, that you are prosperous and that what truly matters to you is not necessarily things like your material possessions or your ambition or what you want to achieve in your future, but it's more about your experiences, what you have been through, what you have witnessed, and what you are now taking away from those experiences. You cherish them, about people you were with, or maybe you are still with them, but then your relationships is in constant change. They are not the same because neither you nor them stays the same. And it is important that you take that beauty, those beautiful moments, and really keep them close to your heart and use them as a source of inspiration and that feeling of gratitude, and so that you are able to know and really know deep down in your heart that you are actually living your best life because of everything you have been through and everything you are still to create, but you are doing it in the present moment. And it is very important to be honest with how you actually feel with what is going on. That is a part of your ideal life that is there and that you cannot take away from that ideal life if you want to be truly happy. And that is, I think, that is indicated by the projections card, because indeed there will be moments in your, even in your ideal life, when you don't feel truly happy, when you feel sad or where something has happened, and then it is very important that you are able to express the way you actually feel. It is not about hiding your actual feeling state behind a mask of positivity. It is not something that makes you happy. In your ideal life, you are able to be who you are. It is safe and okay to be authentic. And if you feel sad or angry or confused or lost, those all feeling states belong to your life. They belong to the here and now you exist in. And people in your life accept that. They don't make you act in a way that is not authentically yours. They don't ask from you to be somebody else. They accept you just the way you accept them. And that is how you are able to create those beautiful memories, because indeed, being able to be truly yourself and also letting others be truly themselves is something that creates beautiful memories, don't you think? Group number 1. So that is something that you must incorporate into your ideal life. That is something that your ideal life consists of. And then when you have all those things in place, when you are able to be authentic, when you can be yourself, when there are people in your life that brings you those abundant and beautiful experiences of connecting and being in a relationship. And when you are able to be truly present with what is, not resisting anything, not rejecting anything, even though it's not always pure positivity, then you are basically able to really create the abundance through the joy and excitement that you feel about the circumstances and conditions of your life. You have the 3 of fire and the 10 of earth, and both of them are, at least in my opinion, these are cards that signify that accomplished state of existence. The 10 of earth is all about material abundance, but not only about that, it's also about emotional fulfillment that comes with it. You are accomplished. You have built a solid foundation, and you have achieved a certain level of mastery, and you have reaped your rewards, and all your past efforts are now being returned to you, and you feel truly satisfied about that. All your material needs are provided for, and you don't really have to think about that. And what you are doing and what you have done in order to create that abundance is something that you really enjoy. Here with the 3 of fire, this is about embracing your work, your lifestyle, yourself. And you are truly on fire and on your way to live that life, to create that life, to keep creating, to keep doing the things that you like. And you are also supported, inspired, and you feel that life is good. So this is the picture of your dream life, of your ideal life. You live in the present moment. You feel abundant because of everything that you have experienced. And it is not only your memories, it is not only the people in your life, it is also the material abundance, because they are tightly connected. It is how you feel inside, and you are able to attract that prosperity because you can be authentic, you can be yourself, and you are also supported in your efforts to create your dream life and to keep living your dream life. So this is truly you. This is how you feel. You don't need to be stuck in the past. You don't need to worry about the future, because everything you need is right here and right now. And it is a lot. It is a lot, and it is enough for you to be truly happy. Okay, so this is your message, group number 1. I hope you found it inspiring and that it will help you give some hints on what to change in your current life if for some reason you don't feel that way. And I'll talk to you soon in my next video. Take care and bye-bye. Welcome back, group number 2. So this is your reading and your message. If you picked the second pile of cards, or if you liked the quote by Marcel Proust. So let's see what you have going on. So you have 4 of fire, 9 of water, sharing, flexible, and dragonfly. The card says, live life to the fullest. I think that your cards are absolutely beautiful. Group number 2. So, indeed, let me talk about this live life to the fullest, the dragonfly card first. So, I think this is pretty much self-explanatory. Live life to the fullest, it means taking in all the experiences that life offers to you. And it is about saying yes to life, about being present, about taking part in not only witnessing what life can offer to you, but also being proactive in creating life. So it is about co-creation. Living life to the fullest, I think it means that you are truly inspired and powerful to create your dream life in response to whatever is going on around you and whatever is being brought to you. And I think that these two cards, the Four of Fire and Nine of Water, they really add to this dragonfly message. Because the Four of Fire is all about celebration. It is about those big life events, those milestone events that you celebrate, like having a promotion or graduating from a university, for example, or getting married and all the things like that. But also, it does not necessarily have to be about those big grand events that we have only a few in our lives. You can create that energy of celebration in your life, even if you think about simple things, about simple achievements, about everyday efforts and daily successes and daily achievements. It is also something that is truly worth celebrating. And if you have this attitude, if you are able to be in that mode of celebration, irrespective of the magnitude of the accomplishment that is a part of your life, and your ideal life consists of that. It is a part of your ideal life that really belongs to that. And the Nine of Water is all about indulging in those good things. It's about pleasure, and it's about enjoying yourself, enjoying the things that you like, and not denying those things for yourself. Sometimes we think that we don't deserve certain things, that we have to work hard to earn them. But when you become the best version of yourself, you don't think like that anymore. You allow yourself to be happy and to follow your joy. And this is really about ability to appreciate what you have achieved, irrespective of how big or small it is. It is not about the scale of your achievements. It is about the ability to be truly present with them and truly appreciate what you have done, and even what you have come across and what you have in your life. And that is living life to the fullest. And of course, then there is this sharing element. So it's not only about you. Your ideal life consists of other people, and it's about that connection and sharing that is very, very important. Because here you create some abundance, and you truly teach yourself to notice and appreciate even the little things and the little moments, not talking about the big things that are of true value. And that is something that you can share. You can share your time, your presence, your talents, something that you have learned, your knowledge, and also you can invite that in your life by letting others share what they have learned, what they have to offer. It's also about accepting those good things that life is offering to you through other people. Again, that is living life to the fullest, giving and taking equally and freely. It is something that will really make you happy and will create that feeling of belonging, that this is my life. That makes me feel very good. And here I want to go back to the quote that you had. And it is about gratitude, and it is about people who make you happy. Let us be grateful to the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. So I think that this is truly about the ability to recognize and appreciate those acts of kindness and acts of sharing that is a part of your life. Again, it goes both ways. You are giving and you are also receiving, and this beautiful energy is accompanying that. And then you have one more card which says flexible. So I think that what it means in your case is that in order for you to be able to create that life and to create that positivity, it is very important that you have an open mind and that you are willing to let go of your standards and expectations. Because once you have very strict rules and guidelines and standards, then it's actually pretty hard to enjoy life to the fullest. It's also hard to appreciate the efforts of other people because you will constantly compare them and also yourself against those standards. And actually, it is not something that helps you grow. It actually limits you because then you can live only inside the box created by those standards. And it can be a pretty poor life as opposed to having and living a rich life, because you say no to so many things and you don't even open your mind to even try to appreciate them, because you might discover something unexpected in those other things that are outside of that box of your standards. So indeed, the flexible card, it's about that. It's about letting go of those walls and limitations and those boxes that we sometimes put ourselves in. It's about having that adaptability and flexibility in order to really change yourself when you go about your life, when you live your life. And it's not about not having your core and your sense of self. It's not about that. It's not about letting other people violate your boundaries. It's about you knowing who you are, what you stand for, what your values are, and living and creating your life accordingly. But then you also, as I mentioned at the beginning, it's about co-creation. You also collaborate with what comes your way. You don't think badly of that or negatively of that if it is not consistent with something that you believe in, because it makes you richer and more prosperous if you are able to accept different beliefs. And that is that sharing and the ability to receive. You don't judge that. Others don't judge you, what you have to share, and you don't judge others, what they have to share. And then you are grateful. Then there is this gratitude and appreciation and all the good things, the joyful things that come with that. So indeed, being able to be happy is a work, and it is something that we must build up. And that is the picture of your ideal life, group number 2. So I hope that you liked this message and found it helpful, and I'll talk to you soon in my next video. Bye bye. Welcome back, group number 3. So this is your message if you picked the third pile of cards, or if you liked the third quote by Shannon Elder. And let us have a look at your cards. So you have the 7 of Fire. You have the Magician. Then you have Morality, peace and enlightenment. Pursue spiritual growth. Okay, interesting. So, when it comes to your perfect and ideal life, group number 3, I think there is this element of magic that is truly a big part of your dream life, because you have the enlightenment card and you have the magician card, and here there is this unicorn in the artwork of the 7 of Fire card, and it reminds me of those magical things that doesn't exist in real life, but then they exist in your fantasy, and there is something about them that even being able to imagine those miraculous creatures and miraculous happenings, it is something about that that makes you instantly feel better and more attuned with the mysteries of life, with the more mystical side of life. And that is actually that spiritual part of life, being in touch with your intuition and being able to participate in creating miracles, doing that yourself and witnessing miracles created by others and life itself. It's such a huge part of your ideal life. It is something that your heart desires and something that really lets your true personality shine and come out, and something about you really craves that, to be able to experience magic, to live in the magic, to create magic. Definitely, your ideal version wants you to pursue the path of spiritual growth, which will enable you to see life from a different perspective. You will be able to push forward the limitations of our more dense reality that we are living in, or our daily and mundane efforts that sometimes really limits the ability of our spirit to be free and to be able to imagine all the possibilities that can be. But you absolutely need that, group number 3. You have this free spirit that wants to be free, that craves that freedom of imagination and creation. And actually, you cannot create miracles if you don't believe in them. The magic is real only when you believe in it. And you must allow yourself to believe in magic, to believe in wonders, and to trust that it is not foolish and it is not delusional to have such an approach to life. Because at the end of the day, it's up to you to choose how you want to spend your life and what you want to focus on. And your cards are really pointing it out that you should not bother about those heavy and mundane things that really make you very down to earth, even though sometimes we need that. We need to ground ourselves, and even you need that also in your ideal life. You need to be grounded, but then also let your spirit be free and fly and notice all the miracles, and then you can share them with the world, and you can show others how you see the world through your unique perspective, which will help you be the magician. Maybe it's literally about that. Maybe you can be literally a magician and show magical tricks to other people, and that is how you entertain them, and that is how you collect those good vibes, and that is something that would make you fulfilled if you would choose that path as your way of making your living. So it's totally fine, it's totally all right, but you don't have to be like actual magician. You can do bookkeeping, or you can be a lawyer, or you can do those more down-to-earth matters, but then you can still find that element of magic into them. you can still look for unicorns and miracles in anything you are doing. And that is your message that you keep living with, and you keep introducing others to your approach to life. And at one point, it becomes contagious. And it's very important that you have the ability to do that as a part of your perfect life, your perfect existence. And it is interesting how you will be able to integrate that with the more traditional view, and those people who are maybe overly realistic up to the point of being pessimistic and not believing in the good things of life, in the magical things of life. Because you have the morality card here, and this is about having very strict moral standards. It's about very strict attitude towards what is true and what is false, and it is not there is no gray area with the morality card. It is either good or bad. Things are judged either as acceptable or completely unacceptable, and it's very, very painful to live in that kind of world, because it puts you in risk of being ashamed about not living up to those standards, not being able to comply to those strict standards of what is right, what is acceptable. So I think that your perfect life doesn't deny the existence of this and of that part of society that still has this view and that still lives in this mindset, this attitude. It's not about denying that. It's also not about denying those parts of you that has this opinion and this approach, because very likely you yourself come from pretty similar background. Maybe that is how you were brought up. Maybe that is the influence of your family, those people around you. Maybe they are still there, and maybe they still keep affecting you in some way because they are a part of your family and you cannot let go of them. So this is that part of you that is still a part of your world that is not compatible with this magic at all, but it's still there, it still exists. And how you are able to constitute your perfect life is finding peace between those two aspects. It's about ending the war and the internal conflicts that you have, because this is truly very different, the magician and the morality. And if those two sides exist within you, and you are a single human being, then it's very, very hard for you to understand yourself and to be at peace with yourself, because you are constantly at war with yourself. You are fighting your own thoughts, you are fighting your own beliefs. You want something, you know that your heart desires something which is not in accordance with your core beliefs. And then at the end of the day, it's very hard to be in such a state. But once you are able to get to that perfect life of yours, there is no more conflict between that. There is this peaceful acceptance that these are all different facets of life, of your personality, of the universe, and that we need all of them. We need miracles. We need to believe in unicorns and the good things in life and the positivity, but then we also have gone through certain experiences that have brought some pain to us, that make us more cautious and careful in the way we approach life and ourselves. And it is okay. So being okay with that and not suppressing your creativity and spirituality is something that really characterizes your ideal life. And the more you develop yourself spiritually, the more you learn, the more you open yourself up to different experiences, the easier it will become to you to actually achieve that integrated state and to get your current existence and your current life closer to this picture of your ideal life. So I think that is it, group number 3. So this is your message, and I truly hope that it helped you in some way and that you found it inspiring. And I'll talk to you soon in my next video. Bye bye. It's lovely to have you back, group number 4. So this is your reading. If you picked the 4th pile of cards or the quote by Dale Carnegie, it isn't what you have or who you are or what you are doing that makes you happy or unhappy. It is what you think about it. So this is your message, and let's see what it says about your perfect life. So King of Air is your first card. Then you also have the 8 of Fire, Breakthrough, Breathe, and Dragon, Discover Your Courage. Okay, so your perfect life, your ideal life. So I think when it comes to your ideal life, you need to have a lot of space and freedom. That is how those 2 cards make me feel. The Breathe card and the King of Air. They both have those blue colors, and it reminds me of freedom, of being able to express yourself freely, like throat chakra type of thing, that you can speak your truth. And especially it is true with the King of Air card. It is the Suit of Swords in the traditional tarot. It is about mind, it is about communication, and this is about a very prominent and authoritative communication with the King of Air, because it is a king. It is somebody who is a master of his craft and who really knows what he's doing, and in this case what he's saying, what he's communicating. And there is a lot of freedom with that, a lot of free self-expression when you feel truly confident in what you know, in your knowledge, and what you are expressing. Perhaps in order for you to live your ideal life, you need to be viewed as an expert of something, of some area of expertise that you have deep knowledge about, and you want to be able to share that knowledge and to be respected for that. And this is also a very peaceful and serene expression of that knowledge and that information that you have available to you with this Breathe card. It's about even like bathing in that information, surrounding yourself with it, and this is my life, this is the way I live, and this is that energy I immerse myself into because it fulfills me with something that I find truly valuable and something that makes me stronger and even wiser, and that really builds up that self-confidence, which is very prominent with the King card. In this case, the King of Air. You truly exude that stillness that comes primarily from that self-confidence, from that ability to have that belief in yourself and in knowing that you can trust yourself and you can trust whatever you express, whatever you create, and whatever you share with the world. And the thing that you share with the world is actually one that requires you to be courageous. It could be pretty revolutionary even, because you have the Breakthrough card and this Dragon card about courage. So it's not something that is insignificant. I'm not sure whether that is the right word, but it is big, it is huge, and it requires you to maybe even take on some challenges and push through some walls or maybe some rigid beliefs and perspectives to introduce that new and maybe even radical outlook on something in your area of expertise. And that is why you need that inner stillness and confidence, because you must feel sure that you can do that you can achieve that. And it goes hand in hand. So the more confident you are, the bigger breakthroughs you are able to create. And the bigger breakthroughs you create, the more confident you get, because those two sides they feel like being mutually reinforcing. And in the middle here, you have the Eight of Fire, and this is all about being on fire with your goal, achieving your goals and getting things done, and seeing some good progress with your efforts, and also really enjoying that process of creation, of movement, and of your self-expression, which seems to be so important in your case. So there is something you deeply believe is true, and something you want to bring to this world. You want to show the world that this is another way how to think. This is another approach to life, another system, another method or technique or theory, something that can potentially change the way we think as a society or the way we do things. So yes, it can be as big as that with those cards, with this King of Air card. And your perfect life has that element of having that powerful presence in whatever field you are in and whatever mountaintops you want to conquer. Your ideas may be truly revolutionary, and first you must be able to believe in them yourself. You must give yourself that space to actually tune into that knowledge and wisdom that you have within. And then you can make some real plans with that and start changing the world. So your ideal life is full of challenges. You need to be challenged because that is something that makes you feel alive, and you need to strive for something. You need to have that target in mind, something that you aim for, something you want to achieve and accomplish, because that inspires you, that fires you up, and that keeps you going. But then you also have that space of stillness where you recuperate and recollect yourself, and where your inspiration lives, and that is your source of ideas, and that is something that is intimately yours, a part of your personality where your wisdom actually comes from, that you can then translate into real world achievements, into something that helps you recognize how your ideas fit into the real world setting, not only in your mental space. Okay, so this is your message. Group number 4, you need to have a life of influence and authority and power and self-expression. So that is something that will fulfill you and that will make you happy. So I hope that you liked this message and that you found it helpful, and I'll talk to you soon in my next video. Bye bye. Welcome back, group number 5. So this is your reading if you picked the last pile of cards, and the quote by Santosh Kalwar. Okay, so let us have a look at your perfect life. So the first card for you is love. Then you have the call, silence. You have the treasure island and cheer up. The card says live in the moment. Okay, so let me see. So my first impression when looking at your cards, group number 5, is the following. I think that your perfect life requires you to go through some pretty major transformation process in order to first discover and then express your true self, your true personality, and the way you actually are into this world. And in order for you to be able to do that, the first step for you is self-acceptance and self-love. And that is a huge part of your ideal life, being able to love yourself. In order to answer your true calling and even to hear your true calling, you must learn how to love yourself truly. It is super important for you to be able to live your ideal life, group number 5. When we think about love, one of the first things that may come to mind is about relationships and being loved. And when we talk about our love life, we talk about being together with another person and having that interaction with them. But we rarely have that first impression of loving ourselves and being in relationship with ourselves. But actually, that should be the foundation of all our relationships, of everything we do in our life. Because when we are in love with ourselves, but not in an egotistical way, in a true and meaningful and unconditional way, then we actually are in touch with our true purpose, with our heart's calling. In order for you to live your best life, it is very important that you are actually able to have that self-love, to heal your traumas, because oftentimes, unfortunately, that is how we learn to love ourselves. We go through some maybe even pretty painful experiences because they teach us what true love actually is. They teach us the meaning of love. They give us this opportunity to choose love for ourselves, to love ourselves truly. And we never take that for granted, and we are able to appreciate the true value for that and feel grateful for that, only for that reason that we have known the opposite. So if you are currently maybe struggling in your life, or if you are currently experiencing something completely different, maybe you feel lost or confused and you don't know what your true purpose is. What is that thing that your heart desires the most? What is the meaning of your existence here on earth? And that you feel that you cannot love yourself at all. If you are currently in such a state of being, then please know that it is for a good reason, and that is a part of your purpose, to learn that, to understand that, to go down this path which will teach you and help you grow and really sustain your development in a way that will eventually help you discover that self-love. But it is a choice that you must make, and that will help you create that ideal life that you so desire, group number 5. And then you have those two cards which seem pretty similar to me, the silence and cheer up, live in the moment. So I think that you are a person that has a very deep and rich inner life. And it is very important that you actually allow yourself to be in that inner space of yours. It's super important that you stay connected with yourself in that way. And that is actually how you are able to be yourself and how you can discover the true value that you possess. Being in silence, allowing yourself to dream, to imagine all the possibilities that can be, which will eventually help you become lighter and really raise above your more heavy and more painful experiences. This cheer up card and live in the moment message, it is about finding that joy in the present moment. And once you connect with your inner space, with that dream realm that your soul craves to be in from time to time, you can actually start to see yourself and everything that exists from a different perspective, from a much deeper and more spiritual perspective that is so necessary for you to be able to enter your ideal life and create that best version of yourself. It is a part of you that you must accept, and you must provide space for that part of you in your life in order to feel good about yourself. And once you do that, you are actually able to see that your life is like a treasure island and you are the treasure, that you possess those qualities that helps you make your life meaningful. If only you can express those qualities. Whenever I see this card, I think about self-worth, about that inherent value that we all have, but sometimes it is very hard to access that and believe that we are actually worthy, that we have things to offer, and that there is a higher purpose behind our existence. And I think that is something that you are to discover with this message and with these cards. And your ideal life is the one where you have discovered that, where you have found your treasure island and fallen in love with yourself, with your cause, with your purpose, and you really want to live that. You want to answer your calling. There is indeed a lot of space for you to be still, to be in silence, and to connect with the more mystical aspect of life. Maybe something that you don't understand currently, because there is this very deep wisdom about you. You feel like an old soul to me while I'm looking at these cards, and maybe you find it hard to fit in currently. You may be struggling with finding your place, somewhere you belong, the home of your soul. And your ideal life is the one where you have found home for your soul and the way you can express what you have inside. So, first, you must find it valuable yourself. That self-love, that inner silence and stillness and presence with yourself. That will help you live in the moment and become lighter. By raising your vibration, you will actually become a match to your life's purpose, to understanding what it is and what you can do to start living it. So that your ideal life is no longer a dream, it is a reality for you. Okay, that is it, group number 5. So this is your message. I truly hope that you found it inspirational and that you can pick something from it that will help you create this life of yours that you so crave deep inside. I wish you all the best, and I'll talk to you soon in my next video. Bye bye.